So I land on a C with an E underneath it, so I'm on a sixth. Let's jump up to an E. So another consonant skip. And then I've got this big interval here, and that kind of works. But I like this as being like my high point of the melody, this E. So maybe if we let that breathe a little bit, let's change this. And let's see if we can just do a whole note on B. Oops. There we go. And I think that's going to work a little bit better because we have this melody that's going up and up and up and up and up, and it hits its high point, which is not crazy high, but it's the high point. It's the highest note of the melody. So it's got a nice direction there. And then it's going to fall down to this B, which is a sixth against the D, and then it's going to open out to the octave. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to sound nice. Let's hear it. All right, it's better, right? It's much better than the first one. And I'm pretty happy with it. The melody has a much more interesting shape. So when you're writing these, this is just another thing we have to think about while we're working on counterpoint is, does it sound interesting, right? We can obey all the rules and write something really dumb. That's totally possible. So be keeping in mind the flow of the melody. You want it to have, a range of about an octave. That's not that's not a rule. Don't hold yourself to that really fiercely. But mine in this case does have a range of exactly an octave, actually. Meaning the lowest note, if I look for that, it's an E. The highest note is an E. So it's got a range of about an octave. It kind of meanders around inside of an octave. And that's nice. That makes for a nice melody. If you have too big of a range, it feels like you're just jumping around like crazy. And if you have too small of a range, it feels like you're just repeating notes over and over like you saw in the first one that we did.